Hey everyone, it's Lauren, and I realized that I haven't introduced my daughter Lillian.
Hi.
So she's just turned
10.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
And here's Mina
Yeah.
coming by to say hi. So, like I said, it's the reason that I hang in here, even though it's really hard. I'm still really struggling. Things just seem to be getting worse. Some of my biggest triggers are pollen, which is really high right now. It seems to be my kryptonite. So I'm maybe attributing it to that, and then also the weather is starting to really change. It's starting to get like really hot. So maybe it's that. I never know. And I drive myself crazy trying to figure it out. But what I wanted to discuss was how frustrating it is that I see people. So there's Cipro and fluoroquinolone injury, like Facebook groups and support groups. And one of the main ones that I'm in has like, sorry, I've been crying, has like 10,000 members. And every few days, I see posts in there by people that said, I've taken a few of these and I started to get pain and some side effects. And I looked it up and I see like the app that like this medication can disable you for life. And they're obviously freaking out. This just shouldn't be happening. It's so wrong. That, this has happened to any of us. And for the fact also that it's still happening. People are still don't do that, honey. Don't, she's gonna claw you in the eyeball.
Yeah.
All right, honey, I'm trying to do my video. Mina, mommy would like to do this. So anyway, Talia Smith, who's become a good friend of mine, is a major activist. Has been doing lots of advocacy. She's done a huge petition to try to get the FDA to do something about this class of antibiotics, fluoroquinolones, that destroy people's lives. And her article in People just came out, and she has like millions of views on TikTok. She's probably saved countless lives and warned so many people that this drug is like just so dangerous. And I see, I posted one of my videos, and one of my relatives, I shared one of Talia's videos yesterday, and he was, been following my story and sees Talia and everything and how sick she is. And he's like, why is it still on the market? And she's like, exactly. I know, I've heard that there was a movement to try to limit fluoroquinolones to hospital use, and that failed. Obviously, probably because lobbyists didn't want it to affect the bottom line of, the profits that they're making. So it's just mind-boggling, the greed. And it's so frustrating too, because other medications that are problematic, benzodiazepines and what are they called, oxycodone, whatever that class of drugs are, they're controlled because there was problems with addiction and overdoses and all that, and now it's like really hard to get those medications, even if you just take them medically. Like, they crack down on those fucking hard. You ask your doctor for like a Xanax, and I've had doctors, like, you can tell their whole demeanor changes. And when I asked for a Xanax, I was in the hospital. I was actually in the psych ward, and I asked for a Xanax because it was like I had it help with pain and stuff before, and I was having a bad pain flare. And you would think that like I asked to saw off her right arm, so like doctors can be made aware that medications are problematic. Why, like, and someone said, oh, your doctor, you know, I was talking about my situation, and your doctor's like, someone was like, oh, your doctor just missed the memo. That is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. That this knowledge is not widespread and well known. I even see on the fluoroquinolone page that a group of people, activists, went out and protested at the FDA. That's their cover photo, is people protesting at the FDA, like holding up signs, you know, like fluoroquinolone and Cipro's poison, and, you know, like, you're poisoning us and you ruined our lives. That was in 2015. That was 10 years ago. And Talia took it in, I think, 2021, and I took it again in 2023 and got so much worse because I took it in 2011 and got sick and didn't know it. So this is just so frustrating, and I'm an activist, like a very, very, very sick one, and it just is so frustrating to see this, you know, what shouldn't have happened to me, what shouldn't have happened to Talia, what shouldn't have happened to all these other people, and that it is still happening, and I'm still seeing it happen, like, every day. I still remember when I took the Cipro in 2023, and I started having bad side effects. My fibro flared up, my hands and feet started hurting, and I just Google it, and, like, it is terrifying what comes up. You start seeing stories like mine, or, you know, stories like Talia, or, you know, other people, countless stories of just devastation that these drugs have left in their path. And you're like, why am I just learning this now after I've taken it? You can't untake it once you've taken it. Once you're floxed, there's no unfloxing. And then the last thing, a couple of the last things that I wanted to vent about, I've become like Facebook friends with quite a few people in the community since I was able to kind of venture into it, and it's helpful and it's not. I live with the severity of my condition every minute of every day. It's the first thing that I wake up thinking about. It affects me every moment of my life, and it's the last thing I think about before I go to sleep. And just to see this experience happening for other people, you know, they're in wheelchairs, they're bedbound, they're struggling, you know, they're suffering. And, you know, they post things like, you know, Cipro, the bottle of Cipro with a poison, and says, you know, disabled for life. And that's just scary. That, like, I'm 40. I vacillate between hope and despair, because I'm like, this is not gonna be every single day of my life, you know, and it's like a slow project that I've been working on. I'm gonna see this doctor telemed in Australia, and, you know, my health has always been this project, because I didn't know, like, in 2011, I didn't know what the fuck made me sick. I had no idea, and I had neurosurgery trying to get better, and that was a nightmare. So this is I'm a horror story. I'm the horror story. What was I talking about? But anyway, my health has always been a work in progress, and I've made great strides in the past. So I hold on to that. And I'm going to work with this doctor. She knows about floxing and EDS and the genetics and, you know, everything that supposedly goes in behind it. So my appointment is the 22nd. I'm getting the labs run soon that she wants. I'm hanging in there, but it is like, my neighbor came over today because she saw that I got home from bringing the kids home from school, and I just, like, they ran off to play, and I just sat in my car and I just cried, and I called my husband, which I always do, and I just sat there for so long, probably half an hour, and when I finally came in, she came over. Like, she's the sweetest thing. They help us so much, and she just came in, and I just cried, and you know, updated her on everything that's going on. My husband has been working on this too, so hard. He stayed up like to the wee hours of the morning last night, scanning all of my medical records. And like my medical records are like boxes, like files. And, you know, I put together like that binder right there. And I have it like separated by tabs, like trying to run it back when I was trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with me. Cause I didn't know, that I had been floxed, that I had been poisoned by Cipro. Some people don't know. There's a lot of people that don't know. Anyway, he scanned everything and it took him hours. So like now all of my medical records are digitized, and because he really doesn't want to accept this fate, because I can't really wrap my head around every day being like this. Like I can't even imagine that it's gonna be like this. So I have to, you know, keep trying, and you know, living like this. I have everything, you know, home, loving husband, beautiful kids. But when you're this sick and in pain, you know, the Cipro gave me nerve damage in my hands and my feet, and I can just barely function. What was I saying? Yeah, that's like the quality of life is just not there at all. So I'm gonna try to keep working for better, as you know, I hope many of us are. Some people have given up completely on doctors, and I understand that, because I've been there. I gave up on doctors for a long time, but I'm gonna keep working on this. It's hard. It's so hard, and I've talked long enough. So to anybody that's following me, to anybody that's going through this, let's do it together. Like, join me. I'm trying to be an advocate. I'm trying to be an activist. Trying to launch some stuff, but I'm just a nobody. I'm a lady. I'm a sick lady in her kitchen that got fucked over by big pharma. Like, seriously. And we got to try to put our heads together and figure out how to put a stop to this. So that's all I got for today. This is just my tiny little project. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's it. I think today's 8. All right, I'll post this. Much love.